Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn one of the building blocks of any data scientist or any computational tool, that is called command line terminals. So whether you are starting or looking to expand your skills, this video will guide you through the essential tools and techniques, the command line tools and techniques to analyze bioinformatics data effectively. So we'll dive into the world of command line tools and explore how these tools can help you to analyze your data and also get your work done easily. In addition to that, we are also going to make your terminal look beautiful. You might have seen some of the terminals like Oh My ZSH or Starship, that looks really good, so that you get the motivation to work on your terminal. So we are going to cover that aspect as well, and also we are going to cover some of the basic commands that you execute on daily basis in order to perform any bioinformatics work, such as the terminal commands such as ls, cd, grep, cat, all these commands that you use daily in order to run your pipelines or navigate to the directories. These commands are really necessary. But apart from that, I'm going to tell you what advanced commands that you can execute so that you can work effectively. Also, we are going to cover file compressions, data processing like awk, sed, sort, and in the later aspects, in later videos, I'll be covering version control using Git, containers like Docker and Singularity, and also we are going to cover the remote management system like system monitoring like top, htop, df, and du. And one thing I would like to point out, that if you're applying for a bioinformatics job anywhere in the world, currently the demanding skills nowadays is all about cloud computing, which is AWS. So if you get free time, then please learn these skills, AWS skills provided by Amazon, and also learn workflow management system, which is Nextflow or SnakeMake, and these are also freely available. So you can go to any kind of learning platforms like Coursera or any kind of learning platform, then learn these skills. These are really essential. And apart from that, also we are going to dive into how to beautify your terminal so that you get the motivation to work effectively. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so when you open your terminal, the terminal is going to look like this, which is very bland, and you don't get really the motivation to work. So that's why, in order to beautify your terminal, the first thing that you need to install is, I'm talking about the Mac users, so Homebrew, you can install it so that you can install several kind of packages, that is Brew. Okay, and this is the package that you should install in order to install many different packages which are available freely, okay, or from the Brew formula itself. So this is the first thing. The second thing that you want to do is go to the go to the terminal and search for Brew info Figlet. Okay, this is the first tool that you are going to install in order to make your terminal looks cool. Okay, and also there are websites for this Figlet where you can go and learn about how to install it for Windows, for Mac, and for Ubuntu as well. It is available. Yes, it is available for Windows as well. So I'm doing it for Mac, so I'll be covering the whole tutorial on Mac. So if you go to this particular website, I'm going to put this link on my in my description. So if you search for brew search figlet, I'm going to copy paste this command, brew search figlet, and you can see that figlet will be available. Yeah, it's the tick symbol means it is available. So you can install by brew install figlet. Okay, I have already installed it, so I think it will just tell me that okay, if you want to update it, then please update it. But yeah, it's installed. So this is the command to install brew install figlet. So once you install this, the command to make your terminal a little bit better, I'm just going to clear it out. So we'll try out these commands that are available here. So for instance, if you go for this command, figlet -c dev for galaxy. So if I paste this, and you can see that whenever you start your terminal, this will pop up. For instance, I can go for maybe my name. Let's see, Panda. You can see how it looks. It's really cool when you start your terminal. You see your name first, so that you get some kind of motivation out of it. So you can try all the commands over here, but I'm going to show you another trick how to really make it permanent. Whenever you open the terminal, it will pop up. Okay, I'm just going to clear it out. So one of the fonts that I like the most, that is one of my favorites, is the figlet -f and c shadow .flf and then my name, for instance Panda. So if I press enter, you can see it really pops up, and you can see actually your name. Okay, there is also another command. So if you press pipe lolcat, and you can see it will be colorful. So every time you open new terminals, different colors will pop up. Now the thing is, if you close your terminal now and reopen it, you won't see anything. You see, you won't see anything on your terminal that your name pops up or something. So what you have to do is, you have to I'm just making it big. You have to go to your bashrc or zshrc, for instance, your shell file. Okay, .zshrc, and in here using Vim editor, what you can do is you can just I and then command, let's say personalization of terminal. Okay, paste that particular command, that is figlet -f and c shadow .flf, your name, for instance my name, I write in capital, and then lolcat. Okay, now after that, after writing it, you just save it. Okay, and now you source your bash, for instance zshrc. Okay, you source it. Now if you source it, you can see now your name will pop up whenever you open your terminal. So even if I close it and again open it, you will see. And also with the new window as well, you can see different types of colors. You see, different types of colors will pop up, right? Yeah. So this is all about setting up your terminal so that your name will pop up. Any kind of name that you can choose. You can write whatever you want, and this will get you start your day with some motivation that okay, my terminal looks cool, so I should start working. Yeah. The next thing that I'm going to show you, rather than the boring terminal that you have on your PC, so you go to the basic, then you go to the color and effects, make it something like grayish color over here, something grayish, and opacity should be, you make it opaque, and you can also blur it somewhat like that, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so whenever you set this particular thing, then I think this will really look cool. Also I'm going to tell you that you see this kind of fonts. So generally the font for the terminal is, I think it's about the default font is something, I think Andel Mono or something, right? So if you want to change this, then I would recommend to install Nerd Font. So these are the fonts which will make your terminal look cool. So I would recommend to install all the fonts, whatever you like, okay? And then you can try out which font you like. For instance, I downloaded something Roboto Nerd or something similar to that. I think Deja Vu also, and maybe, yeah, I mean, you can choose whatever the font you like. Then go to the terminal and go to the terminal settings, and here you choose the Nerd font somewhere around here. Yeah, something like, so whatever the font that you install, you can just use that Nerd font. Okay, or maybe I have used these Nerd fonts, I think Roboto or something. Roboto is really cool font, I would say, because it's really beautiful on websites also, and also it makes your terminal really cool. And also you can change your size of the fonts as well. Okay, and yeah, this is how you set up. And also always let your cursor blink like this with a single stick. It doesn't have to be something like a thick block or something, and not even underline, maybe whatever you like. I mean, it depends. And make it what you call white in color, so that the background is dark and you can see your name popped up really nice. Okay, so we'll move forward to the next thing. The next tool that we are going to install, I don't want to say the name because YouTube may violate or copyright my video, so I'll just write it. It's called this. Okay, so we are going to install this. So you can install this tool by searching the formula in Homebrew, like brew info and the tool name, and it says that yes, it is available. So what you can do is brew install, okay, this tool. So it will download. I have already installed it, so that's why it is telling brew reinstall the tool. So how it works, so let me tell you how it works. So if you so before that we have to do one more thing to set up really the tool, so that I can tell you really how you can use it. So open your bash shell. I'm opening my bash shell, then go to this particular line I, and then do this, so it will be eval, okay, and apostrophe s and your dollar symbol, and then the tool name, okay, and alias, that's it. You have to write this, and I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay, once you write this this particular line, okay, and then save it, WQ and exclamation mark, then you are going to source your ZSHRC, right? So for instance, I'll tell you how the tool works. If you try to execute Python, so the command that you write is python, right? So this is the correct command. But sometimes what you do is you mess it up. Sometimes you write something like this, and then if you press enter, then you wonder that why this is wrong. You might not figure out, but something foul comes out from your mouth, which is this, right? So if you write this command now and press enter, it will tell you exactly the correct command, and then if you press enter, the Python shell will open up. So it basically helps you to correct the commands that you might make mistakes on daily basis. Also I'll tell you another example. So let me control this. Sometimes you want to make a directory, and for that the command is mkdir, right? So you just mess it up and you wrote mkdri and something ll or something, okay, and if you click enter, it will tell you that command not found. So if you type in this, it will tell you the exact command, which is the correct command, and then if you press enter, it will do the following execution for you. So this tool is really helpful. For instance, also we can type for Perl, so PELR or something I wrote, then we type this command and it will tell you the exact command. The next tool that I'm going to tell you is about the Starship. Okay, I can put the link in the description below. So it is available for Android, Linux and Mac OS. So what you have to do is you copy this and paste it on your terminal and install this particular thing. Yes, then you press Y and it will install the Starship. Okay, and now I think it is also available on Brew. So you just have to type brew install Starship and it will install it for you. Then you have to set up your shell to use the Starship. So since I'm using ZSH shell, so what I have to do is I have to copy this command and paste it on my ZSHRC. So vi ZSHRC. Okay, then I go here, then insert, I think Starship or something, then I paste this. Okay, and I save it. Now if you do source, see, so you will see that your Starship theme has been installed on your Mac OS. Okay, so cd desktop, yeah, it will tell you how it looks. So it will tell you the path, and you can install all kinds of theme, but it's really cool. And also you can configure your Starship. There are some presets and these are some configurations. So if you go to the presets, this is one theme, and this is another theme. And one more thing that I missed over here, that you need to install Nerd Font that I have shown previously, so that this theme will work perfectly on your Mac and on your terminal. Okay, now presets, if you go to the presets, then I think I like this theme, and also this one also pretty nice. Once you install this, if you open your VS Code or maybe IntelliJ, it will again pop up. I mean, the terminal will also be included in your VS Code and IntelliJ as well. So let's try to install this particular theme. So if you click here, it will tell you all the prerequisites and also the configurations. Okay. What you can do is you can just copy this command and first paste it over here. Okay, now it's done. Now you can see some colorful lines over there, and then what you can do is go here and copy this the whole command, the TOML file. Okay, and one of the cool thing that you can do on your terminal is, rather than going for the Vim editor or VI editor, because I type always VI and then go there and then insert, I for insert, then I scroll the terminal. Rather than that, what you can do is on your Mac terminal, you can just type open, okay, and then your file name. So it will open up by using either your VS Code or maybe on your text edit. Once it opens, then you can really edit it by going to any line and just type this. Okay, so yeah, it's really easy. So this open command is also very useful. So I'm going to delete this and paste whatever the commands that I have taken from there, and then save it. And then what I'm going to do is source the ZSHRC. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's pretty much looks the same because it got some color, I think. So yeah, so it might look a little bit different on your terminal as well, but in my terminal it looks like this. So yeah, you can go ahead and try whatever you like, whichever theme you like. It will show up. So let's because I have tried this one, so if you go here and copy this particular format, the commands, okay, oh, here there is a copy button, copy it, and then I think open your starship.toml and paste this one, Control S, and then you source it. Yeah, you can see it can revert back to the original theme that I installed. Okay, so the thing that I told you, that it is also it will also look similar in your VS Code. So if you open VS Code and then you go for the terminal, you can see the exact theme that was previously installed, that is Tokyo Night. So it's really cool to have this particular theme on your VS Code, maybe on your terminal, it depends. So whichever theme you like, you can just set it up like this. And there are also advanced configurations. You can try whatever theme you like and you can customize it. For instance, you can also put this rocket symbol. Okay, so yeah, you can read the documentation and you can really customize your terminal like this. Okay, we go to the next tool. So when you work on your command line tools, you have to repeat the commands every now and then, right? For instance, I was doing these commands like source, ZSHRC, and VI, and CD, ls, those commands you type often in order to navigate between the directories or to look into the contents of the file. So there is a hack so that it can automatically suggest you commands if you press only one letter. For instance, if I type VI over here and then open any configuration file or any file, so I have to type in all the commands, right? So there is one tool called auto suggestion for the ZSH shells, I think it will be available for Ubuntu and Mac OS as well. So for the Mac, what you have to do is you have to go for this install.md and search for install the command. So it is available on brew, so you can just type in brew install ZSH auto suggestions and it will install. I have already installed it, so maybe, yeah, so it's installed. Okay, now what you can do is you have to activate the auto suggestions, add the following at the end of your ZSH RC. So copy this and open your vi ZSH RC and then go to the end, I for insert, then auto suggestion, and paste this command. Okay, and save it. Right, so now source it, source ZSHRC. Okay, now it's installed. So now if you press any command like that you have done, for instance source, right, S, you can see that if you type S letter, it will tell you or it will auto suggest you that what previous commands that you have already written on your command line. So if you press the cursor, right cursor, so it will be executed. Likewise C, then you have this clear command, so maybe clear. Okay, or maybe V. I have done multiple times this VI ZSHRC, the Vim editor, so it will auto suggest and it can open it for you, right? So this is a really cool I would say tool to install on your terminal so that it can auto suggest different kinds of commands so that you don't have to repeat again and again. So yeah, so I'll put this link in the description so that you can have a look and you can install the packages. We move to the next tool then. So we move to the next tool, which is a very overwhelming when you first see it, and it's really cool. So if you don't want to set up anything for your terminal, then you can go to this particular website called a WAP. Okay, and this is the Mac terminal for the 21st century, and this is I think only for the Mac users. So you can download this or install it via brew. So let us install this and let's see how it works. So this is a really cool terminal, and I think it will be helpful for many bioinformatics users, those who work for workflow management and even different kinds of hard type of coding that they do. So this will be a very cool tool to install rather than your terminal or item. There is also another tool called item. You might have heard about that. So item is basically is a Mac OS terminal replacement, but I would suggest that rather than going for item, go for this tool. So I have installed it. Let's open it. It's called WAP, and it's an application. So you can just sign up or sign in. I think I go with my Google account. Allow. Yeah, now it's done. So it will tell you what best describes your role. Maybe I go for data analyst. How did you hear about that? From a teammate. Okay. Who should we thank for referring? No, skip it. And personal. Go to wrap. So this is the terminal view, and you can see that whatever you have set up on your base terminal, it will also show up here because this works on your bash shell or ZSHRC shell. So how it looks, so you have this particular create team feature. I think this is commercial one. You have to buy this, otherwise you can use the free terminal thing. And also it has a cool feature called AI command suggestions. So if you are stuck somewhere that you don't know any commands, so it will tell you exactly the basic structure of the command. So yeah, try this one out. I mean, this is really cool. I liked it so much. Rather than going to my terminal, I sometimes use this. I use it mostly. So you can just add as many as terminals for you to work. And let's see. So you go to the CD and you can see it auto suggest everything. So if you type DE, so the auto suggestion feature is wrapped inside this particular tool. So yeah, CD desktop, and then yeah, it will ask you the permission, and you type ls, so it will tell you all the commands. So it's really cool, right? And if you type git, and you can see it automatically suggests you what other previous command that you have previously installed, and it can tell you just like that, you know, whatever the commands that you have previously entered. And yeah, this is a really cool terminal. I would recommend everyone to install this. Rather than setting up your terminal, you can use this tool, and it has very cool features. If you want to buy, then you can also buy and share it with your teammates as well. So yeah, this is a very nice tool, I would say. So I'll put the link in the description, and you can there are also many things that you can do with this tool, and you can watch the demo and yeah, explore it. It's really nice, and the terminal looks really cool. Yeah, okay, so we move to the next tool then. So the next tool is about the fuzzy finder. It's called FZF, and this is a very helpful terminal command that you need in day-to-day life, because sometimes if you want to navigate to directories, you type cd then ls. If you want to look for the contents, then you type again cd ls back and forth, you know, you do it multiple times. So this tool will save number of hours in order to find different you know, tools, not tools, but different directories or different files that you are looking for, and even different folders as well. So what you can do is you go to the homebrew for the installation, and I think it's straightforward. Brew install FZF. So let me just clear it off. So brew install FZF. It will install the fuzzy finder tool for you. And the next thing that you want to do is to install the useful key bindings and fuzzy completion. You can also do this. Let's copy it. Oh, I think I forgot. Let's see. You paste this command. Yeah. And yes, the key bindings also you need to update your shell configuration. Yes. Okay. Now it's added to your ZSHRC and even to your bash RC. So what you have to type is source ZSHRC, and it will show up. So after the installation of fuzzy finder, the command to initiate fuzzy finder is FZF, and then you press -H for help, and you can see these are the type of commands that you can print in or you can execute by using these particular you know, tools. Okay, so let me show you one example. So I go to this particular directory where let me show you the directory. So here, command line tools, I put a text file, a TSV file, a VCF file, bed file, BAM file, you know, a PNG, and blah blah, you know, a lot of files. So if you want to search what are the contents inside this directory, what you do exactly is ls, right? Then you type in and you search like this, so which looks kind of boring, you know, and it's really hard to find out, and you have to look for everything. So with the fuzzy finder FZF, then if you type in -x or e, okay, so it will you can navigate like this, and you can really look into the files, whichever the files. Suppose I am looking for a bed file, so if I click here, and then it will navigate, you can see the path to that particular bed file, right? So in this way you can search for whatever the commands that you or whatever the files that you are looking for, or even for the commands also you can look for by using this fuzzy finder tool. So if you go to this particular website from the free code camp, it tells you exactly that how fuzzy finder works, and you can even search for different commands. I think the auto suggestion is also a good tool to tell you exactly what commands that you need to print, but also this will tell you how fuzzy finder works. There is also another feature that I forgot to mention is Control R. If you press Control R, it will tell you the history of whatever the commands that you have written. I think it's unlimited, maybe, or it's limited to some 10,000 or 20,000, I don't know, but whatever the commands that you inserted in you know, previous days, so it will exactly tell you. So if you click type in, and it will automatically show up the command. So Control R is the option. You can search for the history of your commands. Okay, this is also a good tool in order to work around. You don't have to type again and again for the commands. Okay, so yeah, try out this tool fuzzy finder, which is really cool, and I think this will help you a lot in order to navigate to directories, to look for files, and also for the commands as well. Okay, so yeah, I'll put the link in the description, and we move to the next tool. The next tool which I'm going to talk about is kind of a famous tool. It's called Oh My ZSH, and I think you can, if you type Oh My ZSH, so it will tell you you know, how to install it. So if you click here, install Oh My ZSH, you have to copy this link and paste it on your terminal, and it will install Oh My ZSH, and you can see your Starship thing has been changed into your what do you call this, Oh My ZSH. So if you close this, okay, let's terminate it and open a new terminal, and you can see that Oh My ZSH plugin has been initiated on your ZSH-RC file. So let's open ZSH-RC file, and you can see that your ZSH-RC thing has been installed over here, right? So yeah, it's kind of what I can say is overwrite whatever the configurations that you have written previously. So it will replace all your thing on your ZSH-RC. So be careful if you want to configure your terminal based on your wish that you want to you know, personalize or beautify it. So maybe you don't have to install you know, this one. If you install it, it will automatically override your ZSHRC file. So I think so be careful with Oh My ZSH if you have previously done all your settings over there. Okay, so yeah, you can also go for different types of themes available for this. You can see a lot of themes are available, and you can just type in the plugins, and if you open let's see, open this one again, ZSHRC, and you can see there might be a comment where plugins will be, yeah, here you can see that plugins. Let me just make it big so that so if you go down below here, you find all the plugins. So here they have written that, okay, you can just copy this and write it over here. Okay, add all your plugins and Control S, and then you can look for different types of themes. I think this is where you change all the here. This is where you change all your themes. It's now the default is Robbie Russell, so maybe we go for Powerline or maybe Agnoster. Yeah, we just try to change it. Let's see what happens. So I just changed it to Agnoster, and if I open close this terminal and open it again, you will see now it's changed. You see, you get this particular theme, right? So yeah, you can play around and you can look for different types of themes available for this, and it's also nice. I mean, it's a one-stop command, I would say. You just install it, change the themes, you get your terminal personalized. But whatever I have done previously, that also I think you should be careful that you save that file somewhere else. Copy the commands and save it somewhere else so that you get it back. But if you install Oh My ZSH, it automatically overrides your ZSHRC. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but this is how it works. So yeah, you can play around with this particular theme. Okay, and then we move to the next theme or the next tool. Next we go for the basic commands such as ls. So if you type ls, it will list all the contents in a grid format, right? But there are also advanced commands that you can do with ls to know what are the configurations of your file and what are the contents, and you can know what are the permissions as well. So if you type in for instance, if I go back, okay, and then type in ls and then my folder name, suppose my folder name is commands line tool or command line tools or something. So if you type in ls and the directory name, it will state all the contents inside that particular directory. Okay, this is next command. So another command, so I go to cd and then command line tools inside that directory, and if you type ls-l, okay, it will tell you the directory permissions. Also it will tell you I mean, this is the long format. -l means the long format, showing the file permissions. These are the file permissions. Number of links, how many links are there, you can see. For instance, this file 3.png is only one file, and inside data you can see there are 17 files. In examples there are again 17 files. Okay, so like that it can tell you how many number of files are there, and also the date of the last modification it can tell you. So when you have modified last, so this was modified on November 15th, and you can see all the modification date. Okay, so this is all about the long format. There is also another command. I'm just clear it out. So ls -lh, if you type, then it can tell you similar to the long format, but shows the file size in a human readable format. So previously, if you type ls -l, you can see that this one is not readable. I mean, you don't really understand what is the file size, but this command like ls -lh, it will tell you what is the exact size of the file. That is 7.1 MB, and this is 2 gigabytes. Okay, and this is 599 kilobytes, something like that. So yeah, so ls -lh is the command to know about the file size. Okay, I'm just clearing up everything so that you will understand a little better. Then next command is ls -a. Okay, that will tell you the list of all the entries, including those starting with the dot, which are hidden files. For instance, in this directory you can see there are some hidden files like .dstore is the hidden file. So this you can see. So this will be very helpful if you go to the home directory, and if you try this ls -a, also you can find all the hidden directories. Like for instance, I generally write all my commands in ZSHRC, right? So this is the hidden file. So if you open the directory, you cannot see anything, any type of hidden files over here. So if you type ls -a, you can actually see all the hidden files. Okay, that's about ls -a. Now if you type ls -la, it will tell you, it will list all the files, combines the long format and also showing the hidden files as well. So it's a combination of the long format that I have previously shown, and also it can tell you all about the hidden files as well. So the command is ls -la. Okay, so I'm just clearing out. The next command is ls -lah. So this will tell you the long format and the what do you call this, the human readable size. So ls -lah, it will tell you the size of the files in human readable format. This is 7 bytes, this is 2.9 KB, this is 1.1 gigabytes, etc. Okay, the next command, if you want to sort your files based on specific date modification or something, then you type ls-t. It sorts by time modification, time modified, most recently modified will be the first directory. So for instance, I save all my videos on my desktop, so that's why it comes first, and then whatever the things that I have done in this particular directory, so it will based on the modification date, it will list all the files. So this is basically the sorting option based on date modification. Then ls -lt, this will give you the long format sorted by the modification date, as you can see. So it will tell you also the time, the date, and this is not in human readable format. So for that, what you do is ls hyphen ls minus 1s, capital S. So it will tell you exactly the files that are based on sorted by the size. Okay, so ls -1s will tell you the files which are sorted by size. For instance, sample.fastq, you can see that sample.fastq is around 2.2 gigabytes, right? So this will come first, so ls -1s. Okay, and the next thing you can see, based on the file size, it will tell you, it will list all the directories. Okay, so let me clear it up. So another thing that you can do is ls-ltr. So this will tell you the long format sorted by the modification time, so modification time, and in a reverse order. That means whatever you have done like 2 years back or something, that will pop up first, and then the most recent modification will pop up in the last. So ls -ltr will show from reverse order of date modification, and ls -s, capital S, will sort the file based upon the size. So this is 2.2 gigabytes, so it will sort it based upon the size of the files. And as I have mentioned, ls -1s will again sort the files, but in a single line, you know, in a single vertical line. Okay, I'm just clearing it up. And also this command is really helpful. For instance, if you do ls, you can see there are many directories, and it is based on these different types of colors. So what you can do is ls -d, and you put star and /. It will list all the directories, not the files. Let's see. So if you do ls, you also get all the files over here, you know, single files along with the directories. But ls -d, that is the directories, star /, you only get the directories folder. And ls -r will list all the files and directories recursively. That means it will tell you what is inside your directories. Since this is my home folder, let me go to command line tools folder, and ls -r if I do, so it will list all the files inside the directories, and it will tell you exactly. So like this. So these are the files inside with the folders, and within the data folder, you can see the data folder looks like this. So within the data folder, you have these many files and folders, and within that you find different types of folders and the contents of the folder. So it will write all the files recursively. Okay, so let me clear it out. And then ls -color will display all the files and the directories with colorized output based on the file type and permissions. I mean, it is automatic, but it will tell you. So these are the folders which are colored differently. These are the files which are in white in color, and these are the executables which are in red in color. So it will tell you based on different types of colors. Okay, and if you want a file type indicator, then you type in ls -f. So it basically what it does, it adds a character to each file name, including the file type. For example, for the directories, it will do a /, and for the executables, it will show you the star. For instance, this one cs star and install -sh, these are two executables, right? So if you do ls -f, it will put star on the executables. On the directories, it will put the /, and the files will be listed as it is. Okay, and there are also, I mean, this command is for I think advanced users. So if you type ls -i, it will tell you the inode directories, the inode number of each files. I mean, this is helpful for those who are doing code programming stuff. So this will be helpful for them, but yeah, you can try. Okay. ls minus small r will list all the files in the reverse order. That means it starts with v and then it ends with a, or here it is 3 or something. So alphabetically reverse order. Okay. There is also a cool command. Now if you type in ls, you see in a grid format, but if you type -ls format and you type in the data folder, and you will get all the things in in comma format. So this is really cool. So the option is format, and you type in the folder name. Now it will tell you, rather than having a long list, it will tell you in comma what are the files. Okay, this is done. And if you type in ls-author, it will tell you who authored the files. I mean, in my case, this is my personal computer, so it's me. But I think in a office computer, you might want to see who authored that particular document. So this will help you to identify the person who developed or who created the folder or this file. Okay. And also you can display UID and GID by ls-n, and then it can display your UID and GID. I mean, this is mostly helpful those who work in remote command line shells, and if they want to particularly identify that file, they can also use these UIDs and GIDs instead of the username and groups. Okay. Now let me tell you one essential command that I think it's useful for a group, or if you are sharing a file, or if you are working in an organization. So this is really important. So one command is ll. If you type ll in macOS, you will see these directory permissions and group permissions, and whether somebody can read, write, or execute or not. For instance, you can see that you have all these files, right? And these are the directories, and these are the executables, as you can see by the color. So we start with the directory. So data is the directory that we have. So that means D means directory, and hyphen means the first letter. If it is minus, that means it is only a file. It is not a directory, it's only a file. Even the executable also, it starts with hyphen because this is an executable, not a directory. Okay, so that means D is directory for the first. And the next thing, RWX over here, is read, write, and execute. So RW, the next 3 characters will determine whether you can read the file or write the file or execute the file. So R means read, write, X means execute. Okay. In here, you only have the permission to read and write, not execute, because this is a text file. You cannot execute. Okay. In all the other cases also you have, but in case of this particular file which is executable, or this one which is in red in color, you can see that you can read, write, execute. Okay, RWX, because this is an executable. Here this one also you can read, write, and execute, but for files like this you don't have the permission to execute. Okay. So these are the first 3 sets. The first one is whether it is a file or directory. The next one is read, write, and execute. The next one, the next 3 characters will determine whether you have the permission for the group to execute or to read or write the files or not. Okay, this is the second set of R-X. So this is called R-hyphen or R-X. So it represents the permission for the group associated with the file or the directory. Here the group members have a read and execute permission but not write permission. For instance, this one, they can read and execute but they do not have any write permission because this is just a file. Okay. Yeah, for this this is for the group. Okay. And for the next set of characters, for instance this one, so 1 2 3 the first characters, and these are the second set of characters are -x, and this is the third set of characters that is designated for everyone else, for others, not with the group, not with the owner, but it's with everybody else, whether they can read, write or execute. For instance, this one, you have the permission to read and execute but not write. For others, I mean, if somebody wants to log in your computer, they do not have that permission to write something. They can execute it, they can read it, but they cannot write it. For instance, this one, if you take counts.txt, this is a text file, you have only the read permission, you do not have any write or execute permission for others, and this particular what do you call that, @ symbol, this @ symbol, this is extended attributes which are associated with the file or the directory. So these are basically the metadata of the files. I mean, you don't have to bother because you only care about the read and write or execute permission, whether it's a directory or a file. But this is I mean, generally common in Mac OS. So these extended attributes are used to store additional metadata, not conventionally stored as part of the file, but it was stored as a metadata, especially in Mac OS. Okay, so yeah, these are the basic commands. Sometimes you also find a plus symbol somewhere. It is not here, but sometimes you find a plus symbol, and that symbol indicates that there are additional permissions set through access control list, ACLs we call it as, and these are a way to provide more fine-grained permission controls than the standard user group and other model. I think the plus symbol will be mostly useful for different organizations which stores clinical data or confidential files. Okay, so it's good to know about these directories, permissions, so that it will be helpful for you whether you can grant access for a specific file to a user or to any other group or to your staff members. So it's really important. So yeah, this is all about the permissions. The next command that you want to learn is cat command. Okay, and this will tell you what are the contents in the file. For instance, let's say I have a counts.txt file. So if I use the command cat, it will tell you exactly what is there inside inside the file. What are the contents inside the file. So Control C and you will be, I think, yeah, Control C, it will come out of that particular command. So I'm just going to clear it out and LL, and let's see if we can see a VCF file, for instance, so, or a bed file. So cat variance.bed, and you can see it can show you all the contents of the file. So cat command prints all the contents. Okay, if you type head command and then suppose you want to see the header of a FASTQ file, so sample dot FASTQ, so it will show you the header of the file, only the header contents. And if you type tail, then for instance variance.bed, it will only show the end of the file, the contents that are in the end of the file. Okay, so head and tail commands, these are really necessary to if you are working with FASTQ files, then it might be helpful for you. Okay. Next we can see head or maybe tail command -f, and then your variance.bed. So it will list all the contents of the tail contents of the file. Okay. -f is for the continuation of any executable thing that you are running. So for instance, if you are running a particular command, and if you want to see the log file of it, then you can use tail -f, so that it can print the log file while the command is executing. So this is really helpful if you are running a command and you want to see the log files of it, then tail f command will give you that particular log files in your terminal. Control C to get out of that particular tail command, that is if you are using -f for that. So if you want to learn any command, just type in man and then cat, or maybe tail or head or something like that. So it will tell you all the options that you have in this particular command, and it can tell you what exactly it does. So man is the command to get all the contents of that particular command. For instance, this one, there are different types of options that you can use with the cat command, and you can try it out yourself, whatever you feel like. I mean, if you want to display non-printing characters, then use -e, -b for the non-blank output, -n for the number of the output lines starting at 1, etc. Okay, so man is the command for anything. So man head, you will find all the options for that. Okay, so this is all about the commands, the basic, the daily use commands that you use for file operations using command line. So I would say you check out whatever the commands that are available by using the man page. And let's start with the grep command, because this is really important. For instance, if you have this variance.vcf file or variance.bed file, and if you want to look into particular thing, so let's see what are the contents of this variance.bed. So you see you have this chromosome 5, and these are the chromosome numbers, and you have some type of characters over here, some contents are there. So if you want to grep only this chromosome 17, or maybe chromosome 5 only, or chromosome 8, what you have to use the command is grep command. Okay, and your file name, that is variance.bed. Or what you can do is you can actually type in within the double quotes, suppose for instance chromosome 5 in this case, and then your file name. Okay, if you type, you only find the contents of chromosome 5. Okay, if you type in grep in double quotes chr 17 for instance, and then your file name variance.bed, you will find only the chromosome 17 contents. Yeah, this will omit the chromosome 5. Okay, let's try with variance.vcf. Okay, so this is a long list of file, and it is quite confusing if you put cat command and then you try to identify something inside this, which is really very messy, I would say. So if you want to grep only the chromosome 17, I told you grep and then chromosome 17 variants.vcf, it will only list chromosome 17 in this. And if you want a specific thing like TP53, if you want to grep, then you type in the same with the contents. You just have to TP53 and it will tell you where the TP53 occurs in your file. It will list all the TP53 things. So whatever string, or I would say whatever characters that you want to look up, just double quote and you are good to go. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And if you have a FASTA file, for instance, so in my case I have this for instance sample.fasq. so you see this is your sample.fasq file. It starts with @ symbol, and if you want to grep that particular thing, so grep @ symbol and then sample.fasq. you see all the @ symbols that you have inside your FASQ file, right? Another thing, head.sample.fasq file, and if you want to grep only the run ID. Okay, so what you can do is grep and then you go like this with the greater than symbol, run ID, okay, and your FASTA file name, so .fasq. so it's not available here since run ID is here. Or maybe what you can do is if it starts with greater than symbol, then you can grep such kind of things. So in this case you don't have this particular greater than symbol, so if you just type in this, you get all the run IDs. So generally the FASQ file starts with the sequence ID and @ symbol. So you can grep that with that particular greater than symbol, and this will display the header line of the sequence with the ID, sequence ID. I mean, this is just a sample FASQ file. This is not a real FASQ file, I would say. So if you want those contents, then you can manipulate your FASQ files as well. Okay, so that's all about grep. If you want to grep something out of your files. Okay, let's talk about the awk command. Okay, this is a very advanced command line command. Or CLI command, command line interface command. So if you want to learn about awk command, then man awk, you will find the synopsis of it, how you can execute a particular command to identify or to grep something inside your files. This is the advanced level command, I think used mostly in the workflow management systems. If you are trying to grep something from the FASQ file and want a particular thing from your FASQ file, then this awk command will help you to do that function. So let's see some of the examples by using the FASQ files. For instance, if you have a VCF file, so let's see if you have a VCF file. This will be easy. So variants.vcf file you have. So if you see the head of variants.vcf, so you will see that it starts with hash. Okay, and it goes on to list out all your chromosome with different nucleotide change and allelic depths and all the contents of your VCF file. If you want to extract specific columns, let's say let me show you here so that you can understand better. So if we go here, commands tools, and then you open your VCF file. Here, open with, I use Sublime Text, which is a really nice editor. This is for Mac. I think it might be available for Linux, I don't know, but this is a really cool text editor that I use, and it's really helpful for me. Okay, so if for instance if you want to, you can see that you have all these columns, right? One is chromosome, position ID, reference, alt, quality, filter, etc. So this one is the first column, this one is the second column, this is the third column, fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. Okay, if you want to grep something, if you want to extract only the first and second column, what you can do is you can use this command called awk. Okay, and then with single quote, with specialized brackets, with print $1, that means the first column, comma $2, that will give you the second column, and closing brackets with a single quote and your variance.vcf. Now you can see that only your first column and the second column has been printed out. You don't need any other columns because that will be a messy. So you just need only the first and the second column. You can use print $1 and $2. That means it refers to the column names, right? So it will help you to print out only the first two columns. So if you want something column 3 and column 4, then you can change it from here, and you can see that column 3 and column 4 has been printed out. Okay, so this is how the awk command works. It's really powerful. Okay, suppose if you have a bed file, and these bed entries based on a feature like extracting entries with a length greater than 1000 base pairs or something, then what you can do is you have this bed file, right? Variance.bed file. So you can use the awk command with a single quote starting with this curly braces. So you type in $3 minus $2 and your closing brackets. Oh, sorry, you have to use the normal brackets ending and closing, and then suppose you need something like a length greater than 1000 base pairs or something that you need from your bed file, then you type in 1000. If you have inside your file, then your variance.bed, you will see you don't have anything greater than 1000 base pairs. So let's see, let's check out what do you have here. You have the chromosome positions, I guess. I mean, this is an example file, but you can try with the real variance the bed file. That will be helpful for you to understand all the commands. So you can read about awk command, which is really powerful command. It's really hard to understand at first, but when you utilize the command for a longer time, then you will definitely understand what are the contents of this awk command will help you. Okay, most of the bioinformaticians, they do work with awk command and grep, awk and grep. So maybe you would like to try it out sometimes. Okay, so these are the basic commands that I have shown you, like ls, grep, cat, head, tail, awk, grep. There are also many different command lines like sort, unique, join, and paste. I mean, if you want, then you can actually try those out. Those are really helpful, but I think the video is too long for now. Maybe we can do another video where I can show you with a real FASTQ file example how you can manipulate with the grep and awk, and how you can join two files. I'll just list out some of the other commands that you need to check out So I mentioned that you can do the file compressions like ggip, and you can also do copy the files from the remote server to your local server by using scp or r, sync. Okay, and you can try gunzip, and you can try the tar version of the file compression. I mean, you can find all the helpful information if you type in man gzip or something. You get all the commands or the options that are required to execute that particular command. Okay, so in my next video I'll talk you about sort, unique, and then join and paste, these all those compressions, tar, etc. So we'll work on a real file like FASTQ file or variance file or bet file, and also I'm going to give you a secret code that out of a bet file how you can generate automated plots, so that you don't have to go for any Python libraries or R libraries to really plot all the bet files, but within by using that particular command you can do almost like 30 different types of plots for a single bet file, or maybe for the VCF files, not for the VCF files but for the bet files, because it is tab separated. So you can really enjoy that session, because that is going to be helpful for you to do or to generate a lot of plots. So we'll cover in the next video. So until then, thank you very much, and if you like my videos, then please subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments that what you would like for my upcoming videos. So yeah, thank you very much.